Every brand you interact with, whether it's Amazon or Chase Bank, they have this slick little chatbot that answers questions for you, books things for you, and does a variety of things based on your needs. And while some of you may think that it might cost a fortune to build some of these, I'm here to break that myth. In today's video together, we'll build an AI chatbot or agent in about 10 minutes for free, no coding, and you'll see in a bit that what I'm going to do is not even close to coding. If you're new here, my name is Abhilash, and today we are going to be building something really cool and practical. We are going to be building an AI chatbot from scratch using a tool called JotForm AI Agent. No API, no subscriptions, and most importantly, no developers. The chatbot we built today will work for most businesses out there. Whether you're a freelancer, you run an NGO, you run a retail outlet, or anything in between, this solution can work for your business. And the question is, what kind of business are we going to be using to build this chatbot today? The business I've chosen is a yoga studio, and the reason I've chosen a yoga studio is because it captures a lot of the steps and processes involved in what a chatbot can help with. Think answering frequently asked questions or scheduling an appointment for your business. It can do it all. So let's get started and build this AI agent. First thing we're going to do is head over to jotform.com/AI/agents. I'll drop the link in the description and it's free to sign up. Once you get here, you'll see the option which says create your AI agent. If you click on that, there are plenty of templates that JotForm AI makes available to you, but we're going to start from scratch so you can follow along every step in the journey. The first thing we're going to do is describe what this agent is going to do. Like I said, this agent is for a yoga studio. So it has to be able to answer questions around pricing, schedule of the studio, membership pricing, and how one can book trial classes. So the prompt we are going to put for the AI agent goes something like this. We say this AI agent helps customer of a yoga studio. It answers question about class schedules, pricing, memberships, and helps book trial classes. And you can see as soon as you do that, the agent goes live. But there's a lot more work that needs to be done before this can be used for your business. On this page, you'll see a bunch of channels. You'll see a chatbot, you'll see standalone, which allows you to create a URL you can share. You also have the option of directing your clients to emails, WhatsApp messages, presentations, and the list goes on. But for the sake of our demonstration today, I'm going to start with standalone. Let's start with the elephant in the room. This chatbot currently looks pretty bland. The avatar that's shown here does not really represent the kind of business you're running, which is a yoga studio. We have a businesswoman holding a clipboard, which does not resonate with the brand image you're probably going for. So we'll go to the avatar, and here you'll see three options: gallery, generate, and upload. I'll go to generate and use this prompting box to be able to generate an avatar that suits the brand image that I'm trying to create. The prompt I'm using is create an avatar that is representative of a yoga studio. I'm going to hit generate avatar, and you can see JotForm get to work and actually create an avatar that is more representative of a yoga studio. She is holding something that looks like a yoga mat and wearing attire that is representative of what one would be wearing if you were going to a yoga studio. There's also the option of uploading your own image if that's what you want to go for, but we're going to skip past that for the sake of our demonstration today. Now that we've generated the avatar, I'm going to go to style, and here we'll be able to decide the color palette that we're going to be using for this particular chatbot. I'm going to click on this green because it looks pretty interesting, and I quite like the way this color looks against the backdrop. So I'm going to stick with this. But you can choose any other color or do a combination of start and end colors that are different. Currently, the agent name is Ava. I'm going to change that to Pearl. And as you can see, the agent role is a yoga studio assistant. The other interesting thing is you have the option to upload your logo and add it to this chatbot to make this whole experience seem a lot more authentic and true to your brand. Until now, we were focused on the conversation page. With that done, let's move on to the add welcome page. The first thing I'm going to do here is change some of the language and nomenclature. Instead of saying Pearl, yoga studio assistant, I'm going to say something to the tune of, hi, I am Pearl. How can I assist you today? And in the description, I'm going to write, ask me anything, classes, pricing, bookings, I'm here 24/7. And so with that, we're done with pretty much all the basics we needed to set the chatbot up. We now move on to the next step, which is training the bot. What we want to do here is train the bot on a baseline knowledge of your business, the timings of your business, how to book a free trial class, and what the pricing and memberships look like. What this allows the bot to do is work off of a knowledge base that you're providing. It's not going to hallucinate outside of the knowledge base you're providing, which is very important for a business owner. And to go through this training process, we're going to click on the button that says train at the top of the window, and it takes you into this knowledge base section. Like I said, what you're trying to do is provide the bot with a knowledge base that it can use to answer user questions. In this case, we're going to go to link and use a website of a yoga studio. I'm using this particular one on my end, and I'm going to get rid of the HTTPS here. And in our case, we're going to be using this particular yoga studio. And you can also set a crawl frequency, whether it's daily, weekly, or monthly. I'm going to say weekly for now, assuming that the yoga studio does not change its website more than once a week. And then press on crawl. With this, you can select the pages you want it to crawl. So obviously it's crawling the website, regular classes, some of the other elements, but you can add things like book online, contact, and services. And then you say save. It'll start working on that knowledge base, but while it's doing that, what we can also do is go back in here and we can also upload files to train the model. What I've been able to do is to create this particular pricing spreadsheet where we are talking about the class type, the price, and some notes. And if I go to upload files, I'm able to upload this particular file and then put in description that the agent should use this for pricing information and say save again. So the more information you provide it with, the better and more effective your chatbot becomes. And the good thing is, outside of the resources you're providing it, it's not going to be hallucinating a bunch of stuff, which is very important when you're running a business. But what happens when something unexpected goes wrong? This is where the action button comes in really handy. This is where you tell the system, hey, if this happens, then do that. Let's take an example. Let's assume that the customer is really angry with the kind of responses it's getting from the chatbot. So what is it that the chatbot can do to allay some of the anger that the customer is feeling and still be a valuable resource to the company? The section where it says when is what helps identify the trigger event. In our case, if we scroll through a bunch of things, we can maybe select the user sentiment is and select the state and say negative. And when that happens, you can ask the bot to take some action like send an email. And here you can say, hi, your customer seems unhappy. Kindly follow up with them directly as soon as possible and say save. And so now you have a mechanism where if there is a trigger event that the bot senses, it can shoot out this email. And this is a way where a human can step in if something is going drastically wrong with the bot. Let's move on to the next feature, which is the section that says tools. If you go in here, you'll see a bunch of options, but the one that I find really interesting is the integration with Google Calendar. And you see the option to be able to set appointments with Google Calendar. So if you're a yoga studio and you want your users to be easily able to book appointments using the chatbot, this comes in really handy. So if you click on this, you'll have to integrate and authenticate Google Calendar, which is very easy to do here. And so if you say authenticate, it should be able to do that for you. You can say trial classes are available between 9 and 11 a.m. from Monday to Friday and say save. Now this bot, because of the integration with Google Calendar, can also book appointments for your business. This enables this particular tool to move from being just a chatbot to an assistant to your business because it's helping you capture that demand that you may not be able to capture if you were on vacation, for example. Okay, now the moment of truth. We have to preview if this tool actually works. So if we click on this button that says preview, it'll show up the assistant the way we built it. So if I click on chat here, the first thing I'm going to ask is, what are your class timings? Let's see if it gets the right information. So if you see, it offers a bunch of times. And if I go to the website, it actually matches the weekday schedule for this particular yoga studio. And you can also see that it actually maps the classes. If you go back to the website, that's actually true here. Let's ask another question to see if the bot actually hallucinates. And we are asking it if the Zumba classes are offered. And you can see that the bot correctly identifies that this particular yoga studio actually does not offer Zumba classes. So right now, given that the bot is answering the questions the way it should, now that I feel good about the ability of this particular bot, I'm ready to publish it. So if I go to publish, you've got three options here. The first option is to share a link. You can basically take this link and copy it anywhere, whether it's your Insta bio or your WhatsApp business profile. You can even embed this on your website by copying over the code and pasting it over there. And you can also get a dedicated phone number. And once people start using it, you can actually go to the conversations tab and you can see what people are actually asking and add this to your knowledge base. And that way your bot becomes stronger and stronger as time goes on for your business. And that's it. You have a fully functional chatbot that's working for your business. In this case, we used a yoga studio, but test it out for a business that you know or you own. And let me know in the comments below what you think. And this is the power and unlock that AI offers us. And it doesn't have to be difficult. Like you saw, we did not type in a single line of code. All we did was in natural language by just prompting the tool. If you'd like to see more functionality with this tool, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.